Hello again. This is the Waterman. It's a spiritual toolbox short. Okay, we'll be covering words that are in John chapter 4, verse 20. This spiritual toolbox short is on the word that they translate as hour, O-U-R. And it comes from 2257. And it's H-E-M-O-N. Okay. Now let's start out. We'll start out reading the King James Version of this verse. John 4:20. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. Now let's check out this word hour, okay? This word hour comes from this word right here.
Strong's G 2257, hemon. Hemon. Thayer's lexicon, ego.
It's the plural. That hemon 2257 is the plural of 1473, ego, E-G-O. And we know what ego is. That's our own ego that edges God out. Huh? Now this hemon, it can be like we, ours, us, okay? We're talking about each of us, that ego that God's dealing with. And then each and every thought process in your mind, God's spanning that thing up. And you're showing you all this dark pixel stuff He's dealing with each one of them, each little spot down in there. Now that dark stuff, it's on the superior position. You're married to that sucker. Divorce its butt. Flip it. Do a 180-degree about face. Change the way you think about that and put God, that seed that's buried down in there. You say, yeah, but that's a minority of that's only a one, and we got one with 35 zeros after us of this dark thinking. This ignorance, this manure thinking, if you will. I count all things as dung for winning Christ. All this dung in my thinking process, and this one here, huh? Yeah, you got that up there. Flip that stuff. Don't let that thing remain the king of your heart, of your mind, of this thought process that God's dealing with. He's going down in there in your holy of holies, your mind. One thought process. Expand that bad boy up, bring it down in there and dealing. He's giving you an opportunity to take out, transform one little portion, one little spot of this dark thinking that's massive percentage of that thought process, and the seed, his seed of faith that he put down in there of himself, seed of faith, that seed, that light, it's way down in there. It's like one little bitty spot. Flip that thing on top. Germinate that seed in that manure thinking. And he'll start taking them. Giving you opportunity to take those things out. But you gotta agree. And as you do and you qualify with him, that other stuff is yuck. Become a widow to that other stuff. My old man is dead. That is part of my thinking process. Chop it out, skim it out, way out. That crap, I don't want it no more. Spew that stuff out of your mouth. Just like Father God says in Revelation chapter 3, verse 19, I think it is. Okay? And God, he'd rather have you hot or cold. If you're lukewarm, it'll spew you out of his mouth. That cold, dark stuff, and that stuff trying to ride the fence and say it's good. See, it's the tree of knowledge of good and evil, that's black manure stuff. Yuck, it's from the wrong tree. It's not from God. Didn't we say we did all kinds of things in your name? Good things, not God things. Vomit it. Spew it out with extreme disgust. Father God's doing that. You have to agree with him. In hot pursuit, become a widow. Die to that self-thinking. Ooh, yuck. Ugh. Throw it up. And when you qualify with God, not with just, well, I think I did about enough. It's not all gone yet, my child. Ugh. Ugh. It's almost gone. There it is. Your stomach's like emptied in that area. Right? I'm done. You gave all that you got. Then the poor widow woman, she gave the two mites, two like little pennies, and the other didn't give her all this excess crap. She gave everything, all that junk, and she became a widow to that old way of thinking, going back to God. You got to do the same thing like in your mind. That's what it is. She gave all. She gave more than all them other Pharisees thought to themselves. They don't need no doctor. Yeah. Thought to themselves, man, we're holy and righteous. We're holier than thou. First one to kill that one from Jebus, that Jebusite, shall be chief and captain. Right? Like in 1 Chronicles chapter 11, verse 6. First one, smite that sucker. Smite that thing's ass. That old beast nature stuff. Ooh, yuck, yuck. Extreme disgust. Spew it out of your mouth. That's what Father God doing. Spew it out. You can only come back in and qualify with God by going full bore, emphatically, in hot pursuit. When you do, God gives the increase. The only one that can give the increase. He's taking out some little bitty spots of this dark stuff. And see, two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. At the exact same time. No, he's taking out a little bit of this darkness. He's increasing it. Take a little bit of this darkness out and make it light. That light's growing. Boom, boom, boom. Like it's like a 1 to 2 exponentially. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, like 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, 2 to the fourth. Each time it's corrected. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. Pretty soon it'll be going into, as you're doing this, you're overcoming, you're becoming brighter and brighter and brighter in God. You're resting and relying in God. Not resting and relying in that manure thinking. In your old Adamic ways, in your own beast nature thinking, in your own carnal thinking, in that fathers from Jebus, of the traditions of men, because everybody else does that, and I feel safe in all this majority of people. Majority of my thinking, no. Let God be true, and all that humanistic thinking inside you be a liar. It's a lie. Right? Like Romans chapter 3, verse 4. Right? It's all done. I count it all as done for winning Christ. Right? Philippians 3:8. Right? Basically what Apostle Paul was saying there. Okay? So, this hour, speaking of the plurality of that ego thinking that we all must let go of to increase in the God. If you want to hang on to that donkey thinking, you're not going through the eye of the needle. You're not going back. You're not going to increase. You're going to keep that level down there at the little seed form or whatever. You can't go on. Because it's God that you're trying to overthrow. And you can't. Be reasonable. Set my way, my child. That's what God's telling us. In these storms of our lives. In the eye of that storm. Okay? When God has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Pure gold. Right? Job 23:10. Alright, if you like these, hit like and subscribe. And comment. The more that, the more uplifting, the better. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. I'll continue later.